Jim Acosta was sitting 10 feet from me. And he badmouthed me, saying I was a PR stunt that I did, that he played me directly, a PR stunt to promote MyPillow. Here's what happened the last week. So we got a little rerun here. I mean, I never thought that my popular fame could go any bigger, whatever infamous fame, whatever you want to call it. But I start making masks. I converted my whole company, 75%, over to making cloth masks. And it was quite a project. We had to train all employees, but we did it in like 4 days.
Can you just explain a little bit about how you do that? I mean, did you have to bring in experts to change machines? I made a call
to the vice president's office, actually an email, and they sent me right away to Peter Navarro and whatever he was running. I didn't know who Peter Navarro was. And then he emailed me right back, and he directed me to a task force they'd already set up in a little coalition about anybody that was all these different things from masks to gowns or whatever, kind of like, let's set this up so people can have their questions answered. So I called them. The first question I said, what are the measurements? Is there a restriction that I have to know about? Because obviously I have to worry about getting sued by frivolous lawyers in California. Let's not forget that. So I had to make sure everything was right. In the meantime, I already said I'm doing this. So my employees, they're very good at scaling. I've had some of the same team. We're like a big family. We just started going. We took the sewing machines, moved them, made them 8 feet apart. We had to move racking. I had to make sure that we had the right fabric. It was a blessing. The MyPillow fabric was perfect for it. We just had to not do 2 processes of printing and other things. So we had to do a different process, but it wasn't a big switch. And then I had to get elastic. First I bought the wrong elastic. It had latex. So I had to dump that, get the right elastic. There was a little shortage for 1 day, but I was determined I was going to get it. And then we had a really expensive cutting machine so we could cut the patterns. And we were up and making masks in 3 days. Everyone was trained. They're up. I think we made like close to 10,000 the first day. And we added 2 shifts. A friend of mine, a lot of them had to be laundered at a commercial laundromat. I was up till 12 every day, setting the foundation. It's till midnight, starting again at 5 in the morning. Well, then I get an email from the vice president's office and said, could you come out to and be involved in a roundtable? Like I was involved in one in 2017, first time I was ever in the White House, and for Made in America. Well, they said, and we'd like you to write some remarks. And I'm going, okay, they got to get approved. I'm going, what do I need remarks for a roundtable for? So the remarks are here. And these are the typed ones here. These are the typed remarks, okay? So I type them up and send them out there. And I wasn't even real particular on it. They wanted remarks of what we were doing and specifically about what MyPillow was doing. I'm going, okay, I don't really, that's fine. I don't really need to brag about what I'm doing to help the country, but I'll do it. It sits in a roundtable. And so I fly out there, we get to the round table, and there's all the 5 CEOs that are there, the vice president, a couple guys down at the end, I forget who they were. And we go around the table, and each one, well, this one's doing respirators, and this one's, and I said, we're doing masks. But I wasn't looking, nobody was looking at their remarks or whatever, I didn't even see any papers out. And I'm going, so then the president came in, and this is a good half hour of everyone saying what they're doing. You guys, can you make more? What are your plans? And we get done, and the president gets up, and they all get up, and I said to the vice president, I said, we didn't read our remarks. He goes, oh, no, they're for outside. The president might call you up to the thing. And I go, really? So now we go into the other room towards the Oval Office, and the president, he's showing all the CEOs, kind of get a little mini tour here. And then he sits down, he's got to read his speech with the vice president. And we're sitting over here at this table. And I thought, you know what? I'm reading the remarks, and I go, you know what? I want to give a message of hope to the people. And so I start writing on the back. And, if you could see my scribbles, there's little arrows that go down and stuff. And we wrote it. I thought I would rewrite it on a clean piece of paper. I just get done with the last thing. I mean, there's crossed out and everything. And they go, okay, we're going out to the Rose Garden. And I'm going, what? And I'm going, okay. So all I said was, God, please let me read my writing. That's all that was. And sure enough, the president calls me up first. I mean, I came right up. We didn't practice this, so I didn't know we were all going to go around the end. So he called me up first, and I went straight up. So I think they held the other CEOs back, so it was just him and I. And here's a guy that has so much nervousness of speaking. Now, I did have my throat. I had vocal cord surgery just a week before, so I was a little raspy like I am now. And I get up there and I read them, and then I just felt, led. I got turned around. I said, Mr. President, do you mind if I read something off the cuff now? And he said, yes. And then I read the God gave us grace on November 8, 2016. And I just read that, talked about that the nation had turned its back on God, and we should spend this time, reading the Bibles, getting back in the Word, and spending time with our families. And I said, we're all going to get through this with this great administration and everybody's prayers and everybody combining. We're all in this together, and we're going to be stronger and safer than ever. You would have think I shot somebody.
Okay. So you do all this. It's impromptu. He's letting you do your thing. You talk about God. You're making. I think at one point you were making 50,000 masks a day, right? Yeah, you're doing that right now. So you finish the speech, and did you even think about it or realize what was about to come your way? Like, did it even cross your mind?
No. Do you know what? It was like, to me, it didn't feel like it didn't. I didn't think it'd be a shot heard around the world. And we went back into the White House, and the first inkling I got that it might be real big was the vice president came to me, and he was just, wow, Mike, he goes, you've opened up the heavens. I mean, people are gonna, it was just, I don't even remember what he said, but he was just, I could just tell he just loved it. I'm going, good. I got a little confirmation that it was okay. The president never said a thing about it. He was talking to the CEOs and us, and we go to when I left the White House, you got my phone back. See, they have your phones, right? And I opened up my phone and turned it on. I had 750 text messages. I didn't know that many people had my phone number. And I'm going, what did happen? I looked at Twitter, and there's thousands. It was just. I looked at my Facebook, it had blown up. I had 2,000 emails. I mean, it was just, and I'm trying to drive and get to him going, wow, I had to pull over. I was just going, I call in friends, I go, what happened? They go, didn't you know everybody's talking about it? And I'm going, really? And so for that point, I've done 80 some interviews as of today, every day, all day. I've gotten calls from Israel. My friends in Australia, they said it was on top of all the news. In the Taiwan paper, it was the cover of their national paper. This was like you'd think it was. And, one of the good things there, I'm glad I asked the president because everybody knew he had no idea. He had no idea. So, people that said, oh, you're mixing church and state or church and God or whatever, God and the government. You know what? I did that. So what are you going to do? Put me in jail? Sorry.
Right. Well, the government didn't force anyone to listen to you. People could either hear you and believe or enjoy what you say or not. So be it. But now talk about just the media reaction, because I'm sure you're getting a lot of love from nice quarters, and it must be nice to hear the vice president say some nice things. But really, I mean, I was watching it as it happened on Twitter, and the amount of mainstream media people who've never donated $1, given up any of their time. The MyPillow guy mocking you, mocking Trump for bringing you on. It's a big stunt, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, you're the one. I mean, it cost you don't have to tell me how much, but I assume it cost you quite a penny to convert the operation. Not only that, but what you're then not making in pillows.
Yeah. Well, absolutely.
And the rest of it.
That was God's way of rewarding me for just speaking out his name. Because now when that happened, everybody, we had laid off a bunch of people that were on the road doing home shows. I have 90 some people that do home shows and fairs like I used to do. They had lost their jobs because they were closed and my stores were closed. Well, now they could all get on phones.
The calls are still coming in.
Yeah, they're still coming in. But they could get on phones now, and our business went up. Like you say, for every one attack, 9 people, it's even more than that. I think for every one attack, 50 people would go after that guy. what's wrong with you? You know, I mean, they would tell that guy, what is wrong with you? He's doing great things. What have you done? And these hosts on MSN, Jim Acosta was sitting 10 feet from me. And he badmouthed me, saying I was a PR stunt that I did, that he played me directly, a PR stunt to promote MyPillow. Are you kidding? Maybe you didn't listen right, Jim. I was promoting Jesus.
If you're looking for more honest and thoughtful conversations about politics instead of nonstop yelling, check out our politics playlist. And if you want to watch full interviews on a variety of topics, watch our full episode playlist all right over here. And to get notified of all future videos, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell.